Sabrina, welcome. There you are.
Hello, yeah, I know the setting is not really professional, but
Don't worry about it. It's all good. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. I hope my workshop and slides and all that were helpful to you and your team.
Yeah, they were definitely really helpful. So just to give you some context, I'm on the Earthly Beings team, and we are working on skincare products. So right now we're going to target many skin conditions in the future, but right now we're doing eczema. And I'm the web developer on the team. So I just need more, yeah, that's why this is perfect for me, because I really need guidance in terms of how to sell the website we're going to create. Because we're creating an e-commerce website and we want it to be as attractive as possible to people with skin conditions.
Very good, very good. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm thinking the exercise is going to be incredibly helpful. So I design websites as well, right? So
Yeah.
once you go through did you start it at all?
Yeah, well, I'm going to use Shopify. Like right now we are in the middle of creating it, but I'm using Shopify right now. I've seen a lot of CMS websites, so basically websites for website building activities.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you have it's products, right, that you're going to have?
Yeah. So
Shopify should work just fine. I'm familiar, but I haven't had a project where me and my team were, in Shopify using it, but
yeah.
they're all very similar. So, but the idea here is to do the brand attributes exercise, create all of those statements, pretty much the assignments, and then that manifesto, right? Did you start those exercise at all or no?
So basically I found out about it today. So
Okay.
I did look at it based off of what my teams have developed so far. I thought what you discussed with BlueG was pretty insightful too, because you get input from like other team members. But for us, yeah, we're still in the development phase because we just got the ingredients and we haven't actually created our soaps yet. So right now I'm just basically collecting features for the website and making sure I know like what kind of descriptions to put up there and to like I guess get a firmer understanding.
Very good. So let me do this. I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So are you familiar with this website, Envision?
I am not, but I can use it.
Envision App. So it's actually a prototyping website. You're able to create prototypes for a website or an app. I specifically use it for the boards. I mean, not the boards, the freehand. The freehands are literally a big whiteboard, right? And specifically I use it for building out wireframes for the websites.
That's beautiful because I was using OneNote before.
OneNote, how is that Microsoft OneNote?
Yeah. So basically they have an option to draw with it with like a drawing tablet. So I was just using that. But
no, that works. That works too. I mean, whatever tool you could use, it's good. I found that this was really helpful. So like, for example, let me see if I have a product website here. Sample wireframe. Let's just do this one. This was probably my hallucinated website. So the idea here is what I always do is the brand attributes, all 4 statements, right? The mission statement, the elevator pitch, the only statement, the manifesto. And then I look at all of that and then I try and make one solid line that explains sort of everything in a very, very short way, right? So like, for example, hallucinated, right? That was the logo or the name of the site. Mesmerize your audience underground to the main stage, right? And then that's just kind of saying that we will mesmerize your audience if you're an underground performer or a main stage performer. And then right here I have, 1 minute video of what Hallucinated can do for you. All the services from start to finish, right? But I was able to synthesize this phrase, mesmerize your audience, underground to the main stage, from those 4 statements and the manifesto, right? Like I looked at everything and I was like, yo, how can I just say it in like 3 to 8 words or something like that, So then I take a lot of time to craft that, because let's say, for example, they land on your site, and let's say they don't scroll down, right? You want to be able to make sure that your message is, right, coming across properly, and that they have a call to action, right? And that call to action for me was, captivate the audience. I think this has changed, but this is where we ended up with. This is where we started with. I'm thinking for you, it might be shop skin products, right? So again, getting the messaging properly right from the get is incredibly important. I suggest to have some sort of messaging as soon as somebody lands on the page, and a call to action. Does that make sense so far?
Honestly, that's perfect. Like, that's what I really needed.
Good. So then from here, okay, it's like, okay, we kind of fed them a little bit of something. Okay, they can click on a button. If they decide to scroll down, I hit them with the mission statement or something along those lines, something that explains a little bit more, right? So we started with mesmerize your audience, underground to the main stage. And then over here, I say Hallucinated Studios is dedicated to providing creative services to passionate entertainers, DJs, artists, and nightlife curators so that they can captivate their audience.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It gives them a little bit more meat to whatever we were saying up here. Super important. And then this phrase is from one of those exercises. I believe it's the mission statement.
Yes.
Right? So the idea with the website is not just the design, it's the strategy and messaging behind it. That's key. That's super important, and that's why we always start with the brand attributes, the statements, and then the wireframing. You could see there's no pictures, there's nothing here. It's just straight up, squares with words in them. But these words are carefully crafted or carefully thought out. And then this is what we present to the client. I mean, this one was just to myself, right? But this is what we would present to the client to kind of guide them through. It's like, okay, we're going to start with the main message. We're going to go into the mission statement. Then we'll go into like some services, maybe some pricing or products, continue on to something else. I always like to put, right here it says trusted by DJ Narco, Tonesetta, Warhawk. These are all past clients. So then showing like, who has used your product, right? I mean, I know your thing is brand new, so you may not have that, but you as a web developer or really as a co-founder, you need to be collecting the good testimonials. And then that's what's over here on this part of the website, right? We got the logos that are the clients that have been using us, but then their testimonials, right? The word is out, the 5-star rating, what they said. And then for me specifically, the blog I think is a very important aspect of it too. From just what I understand with your skin products, I think that's going to be a huge part of your website is, how to use the skin products, why to use them, what to watch out for. The blog is an incredible part of educating your ideal customer personas.
Honestly, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let me see if I have another example that says it a little bit differently.
So I do have a question. So
please.
When you were creating Hallucinated, or I guess were you creating it or just like from the ground up, or?
I was rebranding it. That's what I was doing. So I had something, but I'm like, it was my own company. I mean, I founded it, in 2010. And literally this past December or this past, quarter, towards the end of 2019, I was like, yo, I need to do a whole new branding, just put something brand new and fresh out there. So I went through the exercises myself and kind of just like, okay, this is what I want to put out there now. So it's super helpful for anyone who's rebranding or starting new.
So I guess that helps me ask you, so how can I even word this? How did you start off without like any credibility? Did you seek credibility first, or like those trusted by companies or clients first before creating the website? Or like how would you go about telling this to a startup who does not have any clients at all yet? Like we're still in the process of collecting them. Or like if we don't have a blog yet, we're still like trying to craft.
No, that's a great question. So I think with any company, with any business, you have to make a sale, right? You get somebody to find value in your product, purchase it, use it, and give you feedback, right? If they can't give you any sort of feedback, whether they like it or not, right? Let's say they love it, you do it again, find somebody else that can love it. You find somebody else to buy and they hate it, then you improve upon it. So for me specifically, I'm just going to tell you my anecdote. I fell in love with Photoshop because I was assigned to do a party flyer, right? And then I did and this was in college, right? So I did this party flyer, and the organization that I was presenting it to, which was my fraternity brothers, they were like, "Yo, this is awesome, fantastic. Let's push it out there." So I got good feedback. And then I was like, you know what? I had such a good time. Let me do it again. Let me do the next one. And then I got good feedback. And then word got out. Somebody was like, yo, who did that flyer for that party? Somebody said, oh, that was Steve, or Lucin, hit him up. And then that's how it kind of spread out. So the referral base. So you have to have a good product, and then, literally push it out to somebody for them to use. And I say make a sale because if you can't sell it, then you really don't have a business. You know what I'm saying? So then those initial people that end up buying the product, those are the testimonials right there. That starts to be the credibility. So
do you believe that I should create a website before or after having a product? Because we're still in the development phase of the product itself, that we don't actually have a website to sell it yet, but we have the mission statements, we have the value proposition.
Well, okay, so that's a really good question. So there's multiple ways of approaching it, right? One way is to create a landing page, which is like a mini website. It's like a website that gets straight to the point. And what you could do is pre-sell the product. And this means that you end up, saying, hey, check out this product. If you want it, click this button, right? And when you click this button,
I get it.
Then once you click this button, then you'll know that they have this, that they want the product. And let's say they even, let's say you even say, hey, it's a pre-sale, and they purchase, right? Then that means they're giving you money because your product is so good and valuable. They find it valuable that they are willing to give you money up front. So you collect all this money, and then we're able to sell it. I mean, not able to sell it. You're able to see, oh snap, we have a good product here. Let us continue building it and making it better, and then you can develop a full website.
All right. That's actually excellent. Like that gave me like an idea. Like I know on Amazon they might have a picture of a product, but it's not like available to sell yet. So they have that pre-order kind of thing. So I get what you mean. That's actually pretty.
Look into that. Pre-selling landing pages or pre-sale landing pages. Like research that. I haven't successfully done that yet, to be honest with you, but that is certainly an approach, right?
Yeah.
And I think landing pages are valid because that will help you understand and gauge if people are interested. You know, if people are even looking at the product, if they're playing the video, if they're clicking a button that you want them to click. You know, it is a good way of approaching it. Now, what I was gonna do, I mean, just to quickly show you, right? This was for sorority, Sigma Iota Alpha. And the same thing, you know, I just wireframe it out for them, and I put providing a legacy to lifetime achievers, right? That phrase came directly from those exercises, but it was derived, right? Because let's say it came from the elevator pitch, I just made the elevator pitch maybe even shorter. Because this part right here, you want it to be just a quick one-liner. Somebody can get it really quick. It's like, oh, okay, let me click this button to watch the video about, you know, why I should pledge Sigma Iota Alpha. And then over here I have, you know, their manifesto, which is just a beautifully written, again, declaration of what they represent. And then that's what we decided to put over here, and then go into like quick facts and everything else about them. So, but the messaging is important in developing the website.
Okay, thank you. So you said that design is not as important as the content, right? So
I want to say it's not that it's not important. I would say that the content comes first. You need to understand what it is that you're designing.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I wasn't sure, because I know we need color palettes and pictures. So I'm not sure whether or not to surround the actual idea based off of the name, like earthly beings. People think of green and blue from the amount of people I've asked. But also, or I can do it based off of the product. Maybe match the product to the website or something along those lines. I'm not sure.
So when you do the brand attributes exercise, the visual part, when you do it with you and your co-founders and your team, I mean, that's gonna help you try and get information from them, because yeah, maybe it is blues and greens, but then if there's another word that comes out, right? Let's say the word natural. Maybe that's a bad example, but I'm gonna still roll with it. Maybe it's the word natural. Then you can research what colors feel natural, and if they are blues and greens, maybe yellows, you know, then you start to expand the possibilities of what actual color palettes to use. Are you familiar with Color Lovers or Adobe Color?
Yes.
Right. So you could throw in the word natural in there and see what other people think can be natural color palettes. But if you have a combination of words, you start to research those words and see, you know, what colors come up for them. Or the other way around, look at color theory, right? And see, okay, oranges mean excitement. Blues can, depending on the blue, can mean loyalty or happiness, right? So then see, when you do the brand attributes, what words keep coming up, research the colors that can resonate with those words, and then that can help you build the proper brand guideline in terms of color palette.
All right.
And even the typography treatment, right? The fonts, because there's certain fonts that feel serious, there's certain fonts that feel natural, there's certain fonts that feel creative, fun, serious, creative, all sorts of feelings that come out from these fonts.
I know some fonts people actually really dislike, so that'd be Comic Sans or something. Yeah.
Right.
What else? So I have, I guess, another question a little bit more off topic, but what were some of the struggles you had when creating or like developing or rebranding your business?
Some of the struggles?
Yeah. I guess in terms of, you know.
Yeah, no, my main struggle even right now is to hone in on the right clients, the right persona, right? Because when I was rebranding my personal brand, Steve Lucin, I said, okay, I'm gonna target personal brands and small businesses. And that's still very, very broad, right? A personal brand can be a coach, it can be a designer, it can be a teacher, it could be a consultant. A small business can be anything, right? A yogurt shop, a coffee shop, a design shop, you know? So now I'm still like, as I put myself out there, but I still went with it, right? I was like, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm gonna go put myself out there. I'm getting feedback from people, and not only like people saying things, but I'm seeing who's buying from me. And what I'm noticing, it's nonprofits that are buying my services. So now I'm going to try and hone in on the nonprofit realm as opposed to like this bigger, broader thing. But even so, nonprofits are still like a big topic, right?
Yeah.
Right now, it's been about like 2 or 3 health nonprofits, right? So like as you do business and as you put your things out there, you start to see, you may think that you're for one audience, but then the audience will tell you that no, these are the people that you're attracting, and then you take a step back, reanalyze it, and then kind of keep going with it, right? It's an iterative. I think building a business and a brand is an iterative process, and you just need to continue analyzing, developing, and just seeing, okay, what's happening here. You know, course correcting, keeping your vision and your mission pretty intact, but you know, course correct as you go along.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, that's good advice. Wow. Okay. Also, I have a question. Can I add you on LinkedIn? Because you're...
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I love LinkedIn.
Steve Lucin, yeah. LinkedIn.com/in/Steve Lucin.
Gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how have you, I guess, overcome doubts, or maybe overcome like the challenges you've had in the past that have been kind of resolved, if they have been?
That's a really good question. I still doubt myself, you know. So just to be real with you, it comes up often, but having a good support system helps tremendously. So I have my wife, been married with her 2 years, been with her 10 years this August, and she's been my rock. She's always been like my cheerleader. She's always saying, you know, but she always supports me. You know, she's like, you always get over these humps. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, damn, you're right. I do always get over it, and it's true. But I need to hear that, you know. And I also have a coaching system. Like I use Run Like Clockwork. So that's a team of people that are helping me build my business so that it can run like clockwork without me. You know, so that's a whole group of coaches, right? So I meet with them every week or so. You know, I have mentors, right? They kind of guide me as well, like 1 to 3 mentors at any given time. So that helps in the doubts, you know, but also understanding your why. You know, why is it that you are in business? Why is it that you are doing all of your entrepreneurial journey? If you keep if you keep reminding yourself about your why, then that's gonna keep drawing you to pursuing that.
Did you see a need for your business when you were in business?
100%. I mean, like, the reason why I started is because of the flyers, right? People wanted it. I'm like, you're gonna pay me for a flyer that I'm having fun designing? Hell yeah!
Yeah, exactly. You know? You're having fun with your job. So it's like, whoa.
Yeah, and then people needed a logo. Then they needed a website. Then they needed animation. Then they needed videos. And I just learned all of that. And I value learning. So then it's just like fantastic. It's like, you trust me with it, I'll charge you, and I'm good, you know?
Yeah. So, I'm also in the learning phase. Like, I feel like that's the thing. Sometimes I feel like an amateur compared to other startups, I guess. But, you know, I will work on like being more confident, thinking about the why. Because I really want to be a web developer one day. I do wonder, so have you worked with e-commerce websites, or was it like other kind of websites?
It's mostly service-based websites, or just like personal brands or small businesses. The one e-commerce site that I have is lantinewyork.com. We just launched that in December, January, February, something like that. And she sells products. But I use Wix. Me and my team, we use Wix to develop. right? And I used to hand code sites. I knew WordPress. Even a couple clients have Squarespace, but I'm a Wix advocate. It is easy. It works.
Is it flexible?
It's super flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I feel Squarespace is not.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about Squarespace.
Yeah. Weebly is not as flexible. So it's like Wix is powerful, and me as a designer, it's easy to navigate and figure things out. It's not the best. I mean, it's not perfect, but it serves the job, and for me, being efficient and fast is key, especially in this world of just constant movement, or us being in New York alone. Everything just needs to go fast.
Definitely.
So it gets the job done really well.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, I needed input because I would look online and every website builder I saw had some good feedbacks or like bad feedback. So I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah, there's tons of options. You need to just pick one and play with it and see how you feel.
Definitely. All right. I don't have any other questions. I guess thank you so much for the call. I'll write good things about you in my review session and maybe look at your business. Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it. Well, I wish you the best of luck with you, your journey, and everything. Your professional and educational career.
Thank you.
Hit me up on LinkedIn if you have any other questions. If you want to meet, or just answer some questions. I'm always willing to make that happen for you.
I guess I do have one last question.
Yeah.
So right now we're aiming towards eczema, and then we want to move on to other products. So should I surround the website based off of eczema products, or should I say this is coming soon in the future, or something along those lines?
My suggestion is starting with the eczema, see what the feedback is, and then grow from there. One product and then others. If you know that you're definitely going to do another type of product, then you could put coming soon.
Gotcha.
But it's I would say start small. You don't have to look like you're mega big.
When did you start seeing success? What do you say? Start seeing big profits or something, if you see that now?
It goes up and down. It goes up and down. I'm still not profitable. So in my 20s, I was doing really well, my late 20s. Now I actually, and that was because I didn't have rent. But now that I have overhead and I'm growing a team, it's just been really, really kind of up and down.
Oh, I see.
So, right now I'm in a down month. It's just not good. And plus this coronavirus stuff.
My God.
Not good for business. So
I can only imagine.
But I'm always thinking about my why, and I got the support, and people are rooting for me. So it's I got to do it. I got to make it happen, and I will.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure, Sabrina.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you. You as well.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See ya.